Hello, good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, L.A. by Night. This evening, it's Season 3, Episode 4, Swimming with the Sharks. Let's meet our swimmers.
My name is Alexander Ward, and I play Jasper, who's not a good swimmer.
I'm Erica Ishii, and I play Annabelle.
I'm Eliza Pearl, and I play Chelsea/Lavender.
I'm Cynthia Marie, and I play Nellie G.
B. Dave Walters, I play Victor Temple, and everything is under control.
And I'm Jason Carl, your storyteller. Our special guest, Josh Summer, will be joining us a little later tonight at a dramatically appropriate moment. Before we begin swimming with the sharks, let's thank a few special people. First, the master craftspeople at Dogmite, who've created these special dice crypts for us, and our beautiful storyteller screen. I should mention that if you visit dogmite.com/VTM, you can see and purchase any of the clan boxes and the screen itself. A little different than this special custom model, but still very, very beautiful. We'd also like to thank Hero Forge, because beginning today, Seasons 1 and 2 of LA by Night are available to you in podcast form, thanks to the generous sponsorship of Hero Forge. You can get it at iTunes and Podbean and Stitcher and Google Play and wherever you're listening to podcasts. Check out our social media if you need some direct links. If you do listen, make sure that you rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. That's what helps us the most. When you rate it, when you rank it, when you review it, when you subscribe. Whatever podcast app you use will let you do these things. Now, we Vamily know that in the world of darkness, secrets have a way of getting out. We know that sometimes that is accidental, and sometimes it is deliberate.
Listen up, kindred. This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast breaking into the airwaves with a midnight update on the secret world behind the shadows here in the City of Angels. And I am your Archangel, keeping you in the know. The opening of Club Maharani is in full swing. But, as predicted by yours truly, we're only a few hours in and the shit has already hit the fan. Of course, anyone who's anyone has already been seen there. The enigmatic Miranda made an appearance, along with an entourage of ministry followers, as did the always delightful Velvet Velour with her own clutch of hangers-on. But no sign of her alleged sire, Hollywood Abrams. Slight or oversight? Some ivory tower licks were around as well, some closer to Prince Vannevar Thomas than others, plus a whole bunch of mortals, ghouls, and other sundry types. My sources tell me that prominent Nosferatu information brokers were also in attendance, though I doubt anyone could claim to have had eyes on them. The seldom-sighted Jasper made a rare appearance on the dance floor, mixing it up with our two most intriguing guests. A pair of shadow dancers who finally revealed themselves to Baron Temple and his little group of valley tryhards. This brother-sister act have been turning the town upside down for the Anarch rebels, and now they're cutting a rug on the floor of Club Maharani as I speak. My sources at the club say this night could go in a lot of directions. So if you're listening to this broadcast and you're picking up what I'm putting down, either get clear of Club Maharani or go see for yourself, depending on your taste. I'll be back with the details of how this all played out next week, but you could watch it yourself if you hurry to North Hollywood right now. Me? I'm always watching, listening, asking the right questions. If you want to know what I learn, you'll tune in again. I'm your Archangel with all the news that's fit to broadcast. Nighty-night.
Sharks. In their natural element, the movements of these predators can seem every bit as graceful and fluid as a dancer. But we also know that at any moment when we watch a shark, all that beauty and grace can explode into shocking, sudden violence. With that lesson firmly in mind, let's tell a vampire story. Tonight, we are at Club Maharani, the newest, hottest venue in North Hollywood, indeed, perhaps in all of Los Angeles. It's at the heart of the Temple of Boom's growing entertainment empire in the trendy, vibrant North Hollywood Arts District in the Valley. It's the grand opening night at this luxury hip-hop club, and the party is in full swing. Hundreds of mortals are here. Clubbers, media, security, staff. On the main floor stage, DJ Diva Dub is making it happen. The concussion blasts of her beats reverberating through the chest cavities of the dancers. Hundreds of people yelling, "What? What?" trying to be heard over the music or pretending that they can understand what people are saying to them. People are trying to hold out their cash and credit cards at the bar where they're packed in 4 or 5 deep, hoping that one of the very busy bartenders notices them and takes their drink order. The cocktail services up in VIP are humming, and everybody is having the night of their lives. So where is everybody? Jasper, you and your La Sombra dance partner are cutting up the floor together in a duet of barely controlled aggression. Now, a dance, is a way to communicate ideas and emotions without words. And some dances are almost visual poetry. This is not one of those dances.
No.
You are suffering from a compulsion.
Yes.
Your beast is commanding you to discover secrets.
Yes.
So you are at a penalty on all actions that are not devoted to learning a secret.
Yes.
Your true visage is also visible
It is.
on the dance floor, and you are attracting considerable attention. It is almost a dead certainty that you have been photographed or filmed at some point
Yeah.
this evening. Annabelle is dancing very close, very well, very fluidly with Rodrigo, the other La Sombra. Your hunger is peaking. You are at 3, I believe, as your beast aches in your fangs. Nellie and Lavender are also on the dance floor, very close to Annabelle. touching distance, which puts you close to Rodrigo, the other La Sombra, and Jasper as well. Lavender is not so much dancing as she is swaying unconvincingly. It seems to have discouraged anyone from trying to be her dance partner. Victor, you're observing from the VIP stairs. You have eyes on the dance floor, on the bars, on the DJ, trying to keep your allies and enemies within sight. There are other guests in the club. You know that Casey, one of the Valkyries, is here. And when she received your text warning her about the Scourge's presence, she stopped dancing, got into motion. Kyoko, one of the Weird Sisters, is here too. And she's near the stage, hanging out near Diva Dub, unaware, really, of what's going on. Velvet, the alleged child of Baron Abrams, is in the VIP area with an entourage. So is Chocolate Drop. Miranda, however, has made her way to the door, and as far as you know, she's exited the club. No one has eyes on Gary Golden. You know that the last time that you, Jasper, and you, Victor, saw him in your offices a few minutes ago, he wore the supernatural guise of a nondescript club security guard. That was the last you saw of him. And Sanchez, clan unknown, member of the Camarillah's Masquerade cleanup crew. No eyes on him at the moment either. All eyes on the dance floor, where it is going down. So, Jasper,
Yeah.
as you and your partner move,
Yeah.
both of you fighting to lead the dance, a struggle of predatory dominance.
Now, I know we don't know each other well, but I never caught your name.
She leans in very close, partly so that you can hear her over the reverberating, spine-shaking beat, and partly because you get the impression that she likes it. My name is Aurora.
Hello, Aurora.
Do you know what Aurora means?
At this particular moment, not in this context.
Well, then it will have to be my little secret until you find out.
I'm sure it will. But I did, while we were in such close proximity, I had another question.
She tosses her long tumble of very wavy dark hair and presses her ear very close.
I lean in close to her ear. Who do you take your orders from?
She smiles wickedly, dances in very close to you. You can feel each sequin of her black dress scraping along your side as she nestles in the crook of your arm. She reaches up with a pale hand, touches your chin. Annabelle? You see this, of course, dancing with her partner, Rodrigo. Swaying back and forth together in a strange predatory embrace. You can see them, and if you move your head slightly, you can see Lavender and Nellie. Aurora says to you, I was hoping that might be you.
I'd say it is.
She seems satisfied. Rodrigo bends close to your ear, swaying with you to the music. I told you that my sister has always been like this. I hope your friend knows what he is doing.
I hope that however she is, she's ready for him.
You have a very high opinion of your friend, then.
It's not an opinion. They're just facts.
How very sure you are of yourself, Annabelle. I think I like you.
Oh. I can't tell if the feeling is mutual yet.
Well, I hope you'll give me the chance to prove it.
What do you want?
What I wanted, I have right now.
A good dance partner.
That's exactly it. It's at this point where someone familiar that you didn't expect to see on the dance floor comes into the view, moving through the crowd. Beyond Nellie, beyond Lavender, you can see Mark. Now, Mark, what you see as you make your way through your father's gala nightclub opening, weaving your way, maybe half dancing, half walking through the club goers thronged on the floor. Your father's easy to spot. Half the club's eyes are on him. He's up on the stairway that leads to the VIP area. But you're not here for him. You're here for Annabelle. Now, you and Annabelle have had a very healthy, very successful relationship. You have great communication. You know that couples need to talk about boundaries and consent, and you need to check in with each other so that everybody's comfortable in the relationship and there's always transparency. So when you feel the stab of jealousy in your chest, it's not familiar to you at all. It's a foreign emotion. The blood that courses in your veins, the gift from Annabelle, her vitae, seems electric in your veins. The feeling of jealousy is strong and oppressive. A part of your mind tells you it's not rational, it's not real. Roll your willpower. So, all black dice, 5 dice. How many ankhs are there? One ankh. So, unfortunately, you cannot spend willpower to re-roll a willpower roll. One success is not sufficient to quash the emotions of bitter jealousy and resentment that you feel. What do you do?
I stride purposely towards Annabelle and grab her wrist or pull her towards me.
Do I
Now,
see that?
Yes. He's come past you from somewhere behind you, cutting into your field of vision. Since you're all dancing very close together, you couldn't not see it.
Excellent. So I'm going to actually cut my hand underneath just as he's grabbing her and bring it up and over, and I'm going to twirl into him.
You want to try to intercept him
Oh,
and
yes.
dance with him?
Oh, yes.
Lavender, what's your reaction?
Oh, I immediately, my first instinct is to just jump in, but I see what Nellie does and I just stand by, ready to,
You want to stand by? You don't want
intervene if I
to.
need
You want to get in on the other side of him?
yeah, I would
Okay.
probably come around and.
Okay,
get on
so
the
it
other
sounds
side.
like you're maybe trying to run a little interference for him. Maybe get between him and Rodrigo. Okay.
Well, I'm thinking about Annabelle. I'm not thinking about Rodrigo right now.
Understood. Okay. A lot of people are in motion right now. Jasper, you and your dance partner are locked in a very intimate moment, and you're not really aware of what's happening next to you. Victor, of course, you can see what's going on.
I have a microphone because I've been hyping things the entire time.
Yeah.
And I still have awe up because I'm trying to distract everybody. Mass dominate.
Okay, so tell me what your intent is before you do it.
I want to mesmerize the club goers because I'm about to issue them an instruction for the humans that are looking at me.
Okay, so you're going to do mass manipulation and in effect a whole group of people with dominate power. So starting with you, let's make a rouse check.
I do not pass. Summon hunger 2.
So your beast rises in your throat. It says, "Finally, at last, Mr. Mogul."
I don't
Who
need
is
you.
it?
Not right now. I don't need
Chocolate
you.
Drop is right behind us, just up the stairs. So is Anitra. And you know you want her.
We don't partake while we're working. You know that.
You have dreamed about her blood. Let's go get it.
Just business first, pleasure second.
Spoil sport.
So I would like to mass submerge directive.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Nellie, you are trying to prevent Mark from grabbing Annabelle. Chelsea, you are attempting to run interference between Mark and Annabelle. Mark, you're trying to grab Annabelle. A lot of simultaneous dice rolls happening here. Okay, Nellie, you're not trying to hurt him, right?
No, actually, I was thinking if I could be a little bit creative about it using rapid reflex, that'll give me like a 1 action to move a little bit faster than he is.
That's an excellent use of that power because, of course, it's reaction to danger or provocation. So go ahead and roll. Make it dexterity and either performance or athletics.
We're gonna go with performance.
Add a die for your celerity.
Two, three, 4 successes.
4 successes, okay. Lavender, you're not trying to hurt anybody either.
Nope.
Okay, but you have Cat's Grace, I believe. So you're going to pivot, almost a pirouette, trying to make it look like part of your swaying dance, and step between. Please roll physical and add a die for your celerity.
All right. So that's 5. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. An important question here is whether or not Annabelle is going to take action when Mark attempts to grab your arm.
I pivot because more than anything else, I just need Rodrigo not to notice him.
So I duck with Cat's Grace and move him so that his back is to Mark.
You're going to pull Rodrigo closer and
Yes.
spin him so that he can't see Mark. Okay. Opposed rolls. Mark, make a physical roll and add a die.
Two odds? Three. One with stars.
Okay, so 3 successes. Mark, Nellie, and now the moment of truth, Annabelle. Dexterity and either performance or athletics, whichever one is higher. Remember that you're at 3 hunger, so there are 3 hunger dice in your pool.
And Cat's Grace?
Add for celerity. Add your celerity dice.
4.
4 successes. What about hunger?
It's fine.
Stable at 3.
Stable.
Okay. It's a flurry of complicated activity. 4 people in motion all at once. Trying to masquerade under the dance, trying not to attract attention, and trying not to hurt anybody. A lot of complicated movement happening. So, Annabelle, you successfully pull Rodrigo close to you and spin him around. Mark can't quite get a grip on you. He's not fast enough. And in a moment, your view of Mark is blocked by Rodrigo. Now, Rodrigo doesn't understand what's just happened. He dances in close to you, nuzzles your cheek with his. Smells. His aftershave is kind of spicy. It reminds you of maybe bay rum or maybe sandalwood. Something Caribbean. And Mark.
Enjoy your time at Club Maharani.
She just spun away from you like you don't even exist. Her dance partner's back is to you. At the same time, Nellie's hand reaches out, touches yours gently, and before you know it, you're dancing with her. She's swaying with beat. She's an excellent dancer. Graceful, fluid, sinuous. And Lavender, you are between the two dancing pairs. If either side acts, you'd be there to stop it. Or to help, depending on what you choose to do. Now, Victor. Mass manipulation. Mesmerism is a very particular. You can issue a complex command as long as you have their gaze. Now, normally this needs relative quiet, but you have a microphone, so they have to listen to every word you say.
Specifically, submerge directive, because I'm gonna give them an if-then.
Not mesmerism.
Yeah.
So you're going to implant a post-hypnotic suggestion.
Yeah.
What's the suggestion?
See. Y'all, we're shooting some music video scenes in the club tonight, so if you see anything strange, no posts, no pictures, no videos. If you see something, no posts, no pictures, no videos is the command.
If you see something strange.
If you see something strange.
I think I'll make a note.
I'm going to spend a willpower. I need this to work well. Yeah, that's better. 7.
7 successes.
Yeah.
Most of the club goers that you are able to affect, who have their eyes on you and who can hear your voice, are either unaware or would be willing to pay attention to you and do as you say anyway. For the very few who might be less willing to let their minds be controlled, perhaps unconsciously resisting because they don't like to be told what to do, we'll roll for them. Hardly worth rolling, really. A ripple of excitement goes through the crowd as they hear the words filming a music video. You are bombarded immediately with questions from members of the entertainment press who are nearby you, asking, who's starring in the video? What's it about? Is it Chocolate Drop? Is she going to join us? Is it somebody else? Is it Baby B?
I ignore them because I don't take my eyes off the floor, but I'm very much like, you guys will see, it's cool, but we're doing some special effects, we got some makeup, we're doing some stunts, I don't want to spoil it for you.
They record, of course, everything.
Mm-hmm. But when I see cameras and stuff, I actually kind of rotate away from the bar, or from the railing, so there's no chance the fight's gonna be in the background. Yeah.
As you rotate, you can see that Casey has commandeered a trio of your security guards, and she has marched them over to the main doors of the club and positioned them in places of tactical advantage. They would be able to either close the doors or get out the doors as needed. She is watching the dance floor, and her eyes are trained on this predatory ballet unfolding in front of her. Jasper.
Yeah.
Your dance partner seems very, very happy and very full of herself.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna leave you in a minute.
Oh.
I know. But
No better than to disappoint a lady.
I don't mean to disappoint.
You're not leaving the club, are you?
No.
Oh, good.
But This will be finalized. I just have to go have a meeting with the prince.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you were on his agenda.
Yeah.
Won't that be interesting?
It will be.
Okay, lover boy. Well, don't keep a girl waiting too long, huh?
Before I go, and I lean very close.
She leans into you.
I've always been curious what it looks like and feels like when you slip into the shadows.
A thrill seeker. It would be my great pleasure to show you. But perhaps this is not the right time and place.
No.
Maybe later tonight, maybe after the show's over.
That sounds nice.
It's a date. Bring your friends. Maybe they'll enjoy it too.
Maybe. And I'm going to force myself to walk away.
You have satisfied the compulsion, having discovered both her name and her intended employer.
Yeah.
So, you are no longer 2 dice down.
Okay. And
Where do you go?
I am going to leave the dance floor. Main room, I'm going to take the exit over to where, let's see the exit, over towards the bar on the western side of the dance floor. And once I leave the room, as soon as I am not visible by anybody, I will enter into another secret passage.
So, into the passageways, away from prying eyes.
Yeah. And I'm just going to sit.
Are you going to access one of the spy holes so that you can keep an eye on things?
Yeah, I'll be near one.
Okay. Back out on the dance floor, things seem a little tense as Aurora watches Jasper go and looks around for a new partner. So, Mark, you and Nellie are dancing together, but you can see Annabelle and Rodrigo dancing. She's not even looking at you. She's not acknowledging you. It's like you don't exist. It hurts. And the blood inside you begins to whisper, how dare she? After all you've been through together, after all the sacrifices that you've made. This isn't fair. This isn't right.
Wow.
Hey, snap out of it.
Make another willpower roll.
It's 5, right?
5 dice.
3.
3 successes. You're not sure if it's the snap of Nellie's fingers next to your ear, barely audible over the music. You're not sure if it's the sound of her voice or the tone, or maybe it's just that you're strong and you know better. The feeling doesn't go away completely, and it's still churning deep in the pit of your stomach and burning around your heart. But at least for the moment, you are your own master again.
I'm going to reactivate awe. I've seen this look before from others.
I would say that's very true.
I-
Usually, because you do it.
Yeah, well, so I think I have a little bit of understanding. So activating awe, I'm hoping to kind of diffuse a little.
So you are attempting to keep his attention on you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's manipulation and presence. For Mark, because he is not a normal mortal, that is composure and intelligence. So Mark, a total of 6 dice. So Nellie, you need to roll for the awe because he's not a willing subject.
Your manipulation and presence.
Thank you.
That's just bad odds. 1 success.
Manipulation and
Happens to all of us, son.
Yeah.
It's manipulation of presence.
Thank you.
Thanks for the support, Dad. Appreciate it.
How many did you roll?
1 success. I rolled 6 die.
Don't jinx it. Don't get overconfident.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn a willpower.
Okay.
I told you not to jinx it.
Don't say anything.
You redouble your efforts to
1, 2, 3,
captivate the
4
mortal
successes.
4 successes. Now that seems a more Nelly-like outcome. Well, you're just not used to them resisting.
No.
It's usually a lot easier.
Yeah. How dare you?
Mark, for the second time in just a few minutes, you experience a supernatural effect. Nellie becomes, again, the most alluring, entrancing, and important person in the room for you. What you feel for Annabelle doesn't go away. It's fair to say that it's temporarily on hold.
You okay there, kid?
Thank you. Whatever you did, I'm kind of, I don't know, just kind of feel like I'm losing it right now.
Okay. It's a club. We're all losing it.
You're a great dancer.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
practice.
I know you're trying to distract me or whatever, but that was still pretty fun.
I am. What Annabelle's doing is important, and I know that you guys may have to have a talk or whatever it is you kids do these days. But everything's fine. She needed to have that space to talk to this person.
Okay, but can you stay close?
Of course. In fact, my bodyguard, Lavender, is right behind you. So if you do need anything, she is also around.
I whip around and look. Just
I have my back slightly to you because I see that Nellie has this handled, and I'm just kind of still a little obviously not dancing, just kind of generally watching the two people in question.
That is when Aurora notices you and smiles. She steps towards you, puts her hands on your arms, and begins to dance. What do you do?
I reluctantly start to dance.
Are you trying to be good at it, or are you just trying to humor her?
Humor her.
Humor her. So you're not really putting any effort into it. I'm Aurora, and I don't think I caught your name.
Lavender.
Lavender. Beautiful. You're with Miss Griffith. I see how you watch her. She never leaves your line of sight. Her skin is cold, like marble, lifeless, dead. She looks beautiful, but there is no warmth in her at all. You're reminded of Chaz.
Fun party.
Not yet. Later, maybe. Who's your little friend dancing with Nellie?
Oh, I don't know. I've never met him.
Is it one of her pets?
Probably.
Got any of your own?
I'm working on it.
Good, I approve. Victor, you have gathered unto you a small, mortal coterie of perhaps a dozen people. Media entrepreneurs, wildly curious about your new music video. Clubgoers eager to be seen with you. Take a selfie, maybe get in a live stream if you happen to do one. And Anitra has come down to the stairs to stand next to you. Hey, boss. Here's some buzz about a music video. Do I get an exclusive?
You do. In fact, I'm going to give you all a statement in just 1 second. And I take out my phone and I text the group chat, but I've set up a new one that has Mark in it also. And I say, invite them to the private skybox. And I send that to all of them.
Send that to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
And then put the phone away, and I'm like, so one thing. I actually needed to make 2 rouse checks previously. I made the second and passed. Because I needed to do one for
of
mesmerize.
course, because you actually used 2 dominate powers that required rouse checks.
Mm-hmm. So my hunger did only go up 1, but I rolled the second.
Thank you for being so conscientious about your own potential doom.
As someone has to, right? I turned back around to the reporters, and I say,
They are very attentive. They all hold up their phones, hoping that they can catch your statement above the music.
I lean in and I say, everybody knows the Valley's where it's at in Los Angeles. All the coolest people, the hottest people, the best acts, the best entertainers are all in the Valley. Club Maharani, this is where it's at. You know, Hollywood's old news, you know. Rodeo Drive, old news. The Valley's the future. If you excuse me, I gotta go up. I'm gonna look at some footage that we're filming. I'm gonna come back down though. You guys don't leave. Everybody good? You good?
They nod enthusiastically. They do pepper you with questions, which you're presumably not going to stay to answer.
I am not. But I do turn and I just say, I point at Anitra and I say, this woman's got the keenest insight into the Temple of Boom business.
Their attention diverts immediately to Anitra, who finds herself at the center of their questions.
I drop awe. The moment they turn to her, I drop awe and I leave.
You cancel the effect. It's not really familiar to you not being the center of attention.
That's what Jasper must feel like.
But it does allow you to ascend the VIP stairway unimpeded.
And I do go to the... I don't know. I have no way of knowing if any of them got the message or going to listen, but I'm going to head to the private skybox.
You're going upstairs to the skybox. Jasper.
I got the message.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there watching them on the dance floor. I see whoever Nellie's dancing with.
You see Mark
I don't
dancing
know
with
if
Nellie.
I've met Mark yet.
Let's see. Let's cast our thoughts back. You have not met Mark at
No.
all.
Never met Mark.
He's seen Isaiah. No,
You haven't seen Isaiah either.
And
when Isaiah visited town, you were absent.
He wasn't there, yeah.
so I'm keeping an eye on Annabelle and Rodrigo and Nellie and Lavender.
The whole
And if they
school of sharks.
leave to go up, then I'll leave to go up.
But until then, you stay.
I'm staying.
Okay. Are you making any other preparation?
I have Unseen Passage activated, and I failed my rouse check, so I'm at 2 hunger.
You are now at 2 hunger. Hey.
Yeah, I do not have the time for you right now.
Oh, I think you should make the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's going to go down here tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Who you got stashed? Who's on your menu?
I have some ideas.
I vote for the firebug.
Uh-huh. I like Kyoko too much.
I don't.
eat people I don't like.
She hurt us.
She did. Lots of people hurt us. I might need you later, though, so maybe I'll just get a little hungrier.
I can wait.
Thought so.
Annabelle.
I don't receive the text. I don't feel it with all the motion and the movement of the dancing.
So you were unaware of the recommendation to move up to the skybox. Rodrigo leans in close. I'm so happy for this moment. We rarely get to meet true revolutionaries in our line of work. If I told you what my sister and I had to sacrifice just to be here, you would be amazed.
What did you have to sacrifice to be here in my arms?
The thing that I loved most.
Which is?
May I take it as read that you don't know what's been happening between my clan in the tower?
I pretend that I was just turned a couple of months ago, and I know nothing.
You know nothing?
Just pretend.
Just like that fellow on the TV show, you know nothing?
I know some things.
What do you think you know?
I know the way things are now is wrong. And I know that we're going to end them. And what side you want to be on of that conflict, that I don't know.
At the moment, I'm very happy to be by your side.
Well, that's good. Maybe consider it in the future.
Are you hungry? I'm a little peckish. I could eat.
I would probably make for a very weird dining companion with you.
Really? What are you into?
Something probably way too kinky for you.
Okay, now I am doubly intrigued. Are you sure you won't join me for a bite?
I'm fine. Plus, I don't believe that the undisputed Baron would really care for us eating at his establishment.
Oh, yes. Hosts, rules, domain.
Sorry, I don't make the rules.
No. And neither does he. Well, I think I'll help myself. Don't go too far.
I don't think you understand. The undisputed Baron would be very upset were you to feed in his domain.
Are you telling me that he invited kiddery guests here and didn't prepare for our refreshment? I think that might be the rudest thing I've ever heard.
Well, knowing him, he probably did actually prepare for this, but you'd have to ask his permission.
Ask his permission? From the rudest thing I've ever heard to the funniest.
Come on. When you go to somebody's house, you don't just go into their pantry.
Depends on who they are and what's in the pantry. I mean, just look around you, Annabelle. Can't you smell it? Mark, you and Nellie dancing together. You still have awe?
Oh, yes.
The fire that burned around your heart begins to die slowly. You haven't laid eyes on Annabelle for, well, 3 or 4 minutes, at least the length of a dance. Feeling much more like yourself at the moment.
Did you get the text as well? Is this something that we should... I had reached into my back pocket and was looking past Nellie for a second.
What?
So I hold it and show her the text from Victor.
I think perhaps... Oh! Lavender. Lavender.
Lavender's dancing with Aurora. Lavender doesn't look like she's into it.
How far? Is she close enough?
Within arm's length.
Excellent. So I'm going to do a little dozy-do here. Could you take Lavender up there for me? And let her know to turn on the lights when I tell her.
Okay, got it.
Great.
Got it.
So I'm going to do a little twirl, so hopefully I can kind of switch partners and actually end up with Aurora and send Lavender to Mark.
Complicated, but
Can
you're
I
good
help?
at this. Mark is going to help.
Hey.
So, make the same dance roll again. Add a die for Mark's help.
Oh man, what did you tell me again? That was
Performance or
Make
athletics.
it dexterity and performance.
Thank you.
I mean, I should be pretty agile and lithe at this point, so if I could pick up on what she's doing.
And I got my dancing heels
She's
on.
going to get a bonus die because you know what she wants to do, and you're helping her.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes. More than enough. So, with Mark's willing help, you slide, step, turn, move, and in the blink of an eye, you're dancing with Aurora.
Oh,
And Mark is with Lavender.
perfect.
Well, I'd like to actually have this dance, but we should go upstairs. I was told that you should turn the lights on when Nellie says. But let's go upstairs. I'm not really feeling myself. Can we get off the floor?
Yeah, I would like to definitely get off the floor. I look back at Nellie. Let's go.
So,
Who are you?
So, Victor's my dad. Let's go. This is a long. I don't really want to get into. It's complicated.
How? Oh, okay. Doesn't sound complicated.
Fair. All right. You wanna? Should we head upstairs?
Yeah, let's go.
Can you tell me what's going on? Like what?
Who is that boy?
As we're walking away, I say, all I know is Nellie and Annabelle and Jasper got real tense around those two. They're bad news. That's all I know.
So you were headed upstairs to the VIP. You need to pass. Have you already left and headed upstairs, or are you still on the stairs?
No, I departed immediately.
Okay.
When I redirected the press, I left.
Okay.
Go.
And you're headed for
The
Private box.
the private skybox.
private skybox.
The two-way mirror, so I can still see, but I'm very secluded now.
When you get to the top, you're greeted by Velvet. Red hair, beautiful club attire, sly smile, intoxicating perfume.
Ma'am.
Baron.
You enjoying your evening?
It's been an absolute pleasure. I just wanted to thank you for inviting me, for allowing me the run of your establishment. I wanted to ask, though, if a girl wanted to bite, let's say a girl was famished, what would a girl do?
As long as the girl didn't make too much of a mess, I would trust her discretion.
I'm sorry that my Baron couldn't be here this evening.
Night's not over.
I believe he's a little preoccupied with something.
Hopefully nothing too troublesome.
We may find out before the night is over.
We may. In the interest of open cooperation, if you haven't noticed, there are some Camarilla potential undesirables that I'm about to receive in my private quarters.
Ooh, she steps very close to you and looks out over the dance floor. Point them out.
You needn't trouble yourself. I don't want to intrude upon your evening. It's just,
Not at all. I am at my host's disposal. How can I be of assistance?
just keep yourself safe and happy and fed and tell everyone what a wonderful night you had here.
Oh, that I can do.
Excellent.
That's not even difficult.
One last thing. And I do lean very close. I sort of like look both ways before I do. I'm like, don't pick on Nellie too much tonight. This is all kind of for her.
She rolls her eyes, nods. As a favor to my host, I've got nothing against Nellie.
How could you? How could you? How could you? But, you know, that's the jewel in the crown. You know how it is.
What's between her and Isaac is their business.
I just kind of go with it, personally.
Well, so do I.
Well, I heard you're also getting into the club business, something in Hollywood.
It's true.
It's Therese also has some interests coming up in Hollywood.
I believe her sister does.
You know, I get those two confused sometimes. Therese is making moves, she's in New Orleans, and Jeanette's making moves, and she's in Hollywood. Yeah, right, sure.
There's always room for another club in Hollywood.
Always room for another club in Hollywood. After the party's the after party, right?
I hope you'll be my guest at my grand opening.
Absolutely. Just let me know, and I will be there. I would say with bells on, but whatever is appropriate to the climate, right?
Bells. Yes, I can arrange that.
I can bring bells back in fashion. But again, I truly must apologize. I have to.
Oh, please. I understand the duties of a host.
Please do give Abrams my greetings.
Oh, I'll tell Isaac everything. I always do.
I just nod, and then I do. But I actually don't take any secret doors in front of her.
She excuses herself, but she does not return to her entourage in the seating area and the VIP part of the club. Instead, she walks along the balcony railing, trailing her fingertips along its surface and looking down over the sea of dancers.
Whatever she figures out is her own business. But the moment I feel like I'm somewhat out of view, I slide into the private box.
You slide into the private box. We'll come right back to that in a moment. So, Rodrigo, since you aren't joining him, has excused himself at last.
I look over and I see that Mark's gone.
Quite soon, Rodrigo is lost to view among the throng of dancers. You don't have eyes on him. And Mark, he's not down here either, nor is Lavender. Aurora, the La Sombra, Rodrigo's sister, is dancing with Nellie.
I go over to the two of them.
Aurora makes room for you.
Ladies, it seems that the Baron would like us to join him in his special private box. If your brother's around for that, he's invited as well. He might even be able to have a bite.
What have you done with Rodrigo?
I don't know. He said he was hungry, so...
Oh, well, we won't see him for a little bit.
Interesting. Well, I would love to have this dance with Aurora, and then we'll join shortly. Is that all right?
Okay.
Count me in. Would not miss it.
Splendid. See you there?
Yes, you will.
I start making my way up, but I'd like to keep an eye out for Rodrigo.
Okay. Wits and awareness. Lavender and Mark. You have reached the top of the stairway and entered the VIP area. So, Annabelle, your roll.
2.
2. Okay. Yeah, Rodrigo,
He's gone.
and where he is. Mark, on the other hand, is now with Lavender, and they are at the top of the VIP stairs together.
Okay. Jasper, eyes on Rodrigo.
You gonna look?
Do I see him?
Wits and awareness.
Four.
4 successes. Okay. It takes a few moments for you to scan the undulating sea of dancing bodies, trying to pick out individual kindred. You can still see Casey over by the doorway, looking stern, ready to move, ready to act, but holding it together for now. Don't see Kyoko, though, anymore. Not sure where she went. No sign of Gary Golden still, or Sanchez. Rodrigo, on the other hand, is chatting up a young man at the bar nearest you. They're engaged in deep conversation, and it doesn't take any kind of special role or detection for you to understand that Rodrigo is using the powers of mental manipulation on this mortal. The mortal is watching Rodrigo's face in rapt attention, nodding in agreement.
Okay.
You know hunting behavior when you see it. Rodrigo is definitely hunting in the club.
I text back, I have eyes on him. He's prowling.
Hey, baby. Look, I got tired of waiting. I'm sorry. Brad has interrupted your dance and looks at Aurora confusedly. Hey, I'm so sorry. Are you coming up? It's kind of lonely up there.
I will be up shortly. I'm actually in the middle of business, Brad.
Business, huh?
Yes. This is an associate.
Hey, I'm Brad.
Oh,
He gives Aurora his hand, and she takes it delightedly. Ooh, one of yours, Nellie?
yeah, you could say that, sure. Uh-huh.
Lucky boy.
Yeah.
She gives Brad the once-over. Brad only has eyes for you. He looks pretty dejected.
Brad, if you could give me just 3 minutes on the dance floor with my associate here, and I'll meet you back upstairs, I promise.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent.
He reluctantly tears himself away and melts back into the crowd.
Aurora, it's a little difficult to get a alone time with you.
Well, you know, I suspect the same is true of you, Miss Griffith.
Oh.
You've done very well for yourself.
Of course.
Finish our dance. I can't wait to have this conversation with your Baron.
Yes, that conversation with my Baron. Lovely.
Any idea what he wants to talk about?
Oh, I'm sure just a lot of business and politics, which is what he always likes to talk about.
I thought this was a party.
It is a party, but it's business.
Well, social occasions are just warfare disguised.
But of course, darling. So what brings you here?
Well, I thought we'd established that.
Yeah, let's establish one more time, please.
I'm here to have fun and to do my job.
To do your job.
You know what a scourge is.
But of course. Who are you working for exactly?
Well, maybe that's something that your associates would like to hear about. I'm sure they have a lot of questions.
I see. Okay. And you're not here to start any fights, are you?
Not if I don't have to. Depends
Good.
on whether or not I can leave with what I came for.
What do you intend to leave with?
Not what. Who? Lavender and Mark. You've reached the VIP area, which is, of course, wall-to-wall VIPs, and their entourages and bottle service and a private bar, private VIP-only dance floor. Where are you headed?
Did I see the message? No, I didn't.
I didn't.
I'm following your lead
Okay. Yeah.
because you just told me
Okay.
Nellie said to come up here and turn on the lights.
Yeah.
At her command, that's all I know.
I got a text from Victor, and it said to bring our friends up to the VIP room, and that was pretty much it. So here we are. I guess I'll look for him. I kind of need a drink.
Cool.
It's easy to get a drink here. There's a private bar that only has VIP access. Of course, your names are on the list. No trouble for you to get up here. Lavender, you know vampires when you see them. You can't work for the undead without becoming familiar with the unnatural beauty and grace with which they swim through the sea of mortality. There is a red-headed vampire wearing beautiful club attire, lounging on one of the sofas nearest to the VIP bar. She's not paying any attention to you, I'm not even sure she's noticed you, but definitely one of them.
Is this the same redhead that Nellie was talking to?
Mm-hmm. It is.
And does she still have... I believe she had a group of people with her.
She's got an entourage of nearly a dozen. None of them appear to be vampires. If they are disguising it very, very well.
Okay.
Get your drink?
Yeah,
You don't see Victor anywhere up here.
Is there an overlook? Can I see down onto the dance floor?
Yeah, the VIP section is fronted by a balcony that allows you a great view of the dance floor.
Okay.
So you're looking out over the people. You can see DJ Diva Dub down on the stage below you. You can see both bars. You can see Nellie dancing with whoever it is she's dancing with. You weren't properly introduced to her. You do see Annabelle, who is where? She is with Nellie and this other woman. They look like they're dancing together. When you see that, make a willpower roll.
Can I say that I noticed him seeing that, and I looked down too. And see the three dancing.
4 successes.
4 successes. You feel that stab of jealousy again, just for a moment. Just for a moment, you're seized with the desire to run back down the stairs and get into that dance yourself, but push it back down, shove it down deep into your stomach.
I chug the drink and walk back to the bar, and this time I stay there. I order another, and I just stay there.
I follow him back to the bar. What is with you and Annabelle?
You're going to keep asking for complicated stories, aren't you? So, she and I, we've been dating for about a year now. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She disappeared, and when I found her again, she was with my father, who I also hadn't seen in about a decade.
With your father? With your father how?
In his company.
Oh, okay.
Oh, as far as I know, yeah.
Listen, you brought it up. I really thought that's what you were saying.
No, you're right. That's a phrasing issue. I'm gonna. Oh. Can I chug another drink? No.
Nope.
I need out of this brain.
Yep. Take that. Take that image out. Okay, so ex-girlfriend.
Current girlfriend.
Oh, current girlfriend.
Yeah. So what happened when we reconnected, I decided I wanted to stick around for whatever this is. And I was given 2 options.
Okay. I now am making the connection.
Yeah, I imagine it's connected because dating other people's never been a problem, and right now I'm having a tough time, and yeah, I don't feel like myself right now, and I think it's a lot of things. So I'm just gonna stay here. Will you keep me company, Miss
Lavender.
Mark, officially?
Hi, Mark. Officially. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That is a complicated story.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I would say I'm still adjusting, but I feel like there's no point where you're adjusted to this. How are you connected to this?
Well, I'm employed by Nellie, and I am connected to Nellie, as you say.
Okay. So you're not with her, but you're with her.
Exactly.
Speaking of Nellie, and her dance partner, and Annabelle. The music fades out. Another song is beginning. This particular dance is over.
Perhaps we should join the others up in the VIP and Sky Lounge.
Oh, do lead the way.
But of course, Annabelle, dear, you
Do you mind if I text my brother and let him know where we've gone?
Sure, I don't think that's a problem.
Bet you didn't think we used phones.
Yeah, I was kind of suspicious about that, but I was going to let you whip out your cell phone, see if it's a flip phone or not.
She holds up a very, very late model, recent state-of-the-art smartphone.
Wow.
I think you've been misinformed. She sends off a quick text. She gets a response. Lead the way.
Fantastic.
Will he be joining us?
Rodrigo, after he's finished his snack.
Just make sure he keeps it on the down low.
Oh, we're very careful.
Masquerade and all that.
So I hear.
We're going up.
I see them leave, and I start heading up.
So, as the music transforms again into new dances, you leave the club behind you and ascend into the luxury VIP area together. You spot Mark and Lavender having a drink together at the bar. You don't see Victor up here. So Jasper, they've all left the dance floor. So,
In them heading up to the VIP area, and me knowing the layout of this place, are they going in the right direction?
they are.
Okay, good. I've activated Unseen Passage.
Yes.
I'm going to head back out the secret passage, back onto the dance floor, and walk around the edge of the room until I get close enough to the stairs to the VIP lounge, at which point I will go up there and shadow them to the room,
Remaining unseen.
remaining unseen.
Okay. In the VIP area.
I make eye contact with Mark. And I text him. These people are bad news. Please stay safe.
I'm trying my best. Just putting on my liquid armor and making sure I have good company.
Love you.
I love you too, Annie. Stay safe.
Aurora asks if you're all right.
I'm just a little hungry.
Does that mean we will be served something?
In a bit.
I always imagined you folk just, clubbing your meals in alleys and dragging them back to your lairs.
Seems you've been misinformed.
Well, maybe we can trade secrets.
I would love that.
Yeah. Stereotypes are harmful.
She looks at you like she doesn't understand a word that you've just said. Victor.
In my text, I did say the private skybox.
Neither Mark nor Lavender have been there. But Nellie has.
If I've gotten a moment by myself, I'm actually going to pull up my phone and check, because I don't see Victor anywhere.
Okay. There is a text message from him that says, please invite our guests to the private skybox.
Mail
wrong place?
Yeah, we got to
I don't know where this. I don't know the architecture.
go up higher.
Okay.
I lean in Annabelle's ear. You are, in fact, in the wrong place.
Oh shit.
You have to go up to the skybox. Nellie knows the way. Follow her.
We're gonna keep going. Is Velvet around by any chance?
She is. She's in the VIP space nearest to the bar. She has completed her circuit of the balcony, come full circle, and has returned to her entourage, who are drinking rather a lot of Victor's most expensive champagne.
Oh my.
You also see Mark and Lavender in the bar enjoying a drink.
Excellent. So as a hostess, Annabelle, the staircase over this way is going to point you up into where we need to go. If you can collect Lavender and her friend over there and meet us up there, I'd be most happy. I need to make a round real quick.
Okay.
Thank you.
Someone else you recognize is near the bar.
Oh?
Sanchez.
Ah.
He's just lounging against it, holding up a corner. He's got a drink in his hand that he is not drinking. You think it's a whiskey sour, you're not sure. He's looking over at Velvet, looking out over the VIP area,
Interesting.
relaxing.
I'm going to make a beeline to Sanchez.
Hey,
Hey, darling. I have someone to introduce you to. Do you have a moment?
for you, Miss G, sure.
Wonderful.
This isn't your dance partner from the floor, is it? I
No, it's somebody
not
a little
wanna.
bit different.
would really prefer to avoid her and her brother.
A fair point. They're actually going somewhere else, but I'd like to introduce you to somewhat of a friend of mine. Somewhat. Friend.
Okay, lead the way.
Wonderful. So I'm going to walk over to Velvet.
He brings his untouched drink with him, just for show.
Yeah, of course.
So, Velvet stands up as you approach. Nellie, darling,
Darling, how are you?
I'm having a wonderful evening.
Good. Have you had any feeding, anything? Are you okay? Famished?
I've taken care of it.
How lovely.
Who's your friend?
This is Sanchez. Sanchez Velvet Velour.
Velvet looks very carefully at Mr. Sanchez. The way you look at people when you want to find out what they are.
Fascinating.
She smiles broadly. Well, don't believe I've had the pleasure before. Happy to have it now.
Well, I will let you two be acquainted, but before I go, Velvet, you said something about a club opening of some sort?
I'm getting into the biz.
That sounds lovely. You let me know when that club opening is, because I'd really love to drop by and
Drop by, Nellie. You'll get a personal invitation.
I would love to throw a party there.
We can talk about that.
Wonderful. Perhaps even, invite Helena?
Helena?
But that is, of course, if your club is worthy of it.
Velvet isn't accustomed to being flustered and caught off guard. You can see, however, that she is. And she doesn't know what to say. You see her eyes dilate with surprise, maybe fear, certainly apprehension. Nellie, is she here?
Well, I don't know. Let me know how your club goes, and maybe you'll find out.
Of course. Have a wonderful evening.
You too,
I hope everything goes beautifully for you. Maybe we could have a drink sometime soon. Catch up.
I'd
Talk
love.
about old times.
I would love that, darling.
Would you really?
Yes,
That
I
would
would.
be wonderful.
But for right now, you're going to keep my friend Sanchez safe.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Excellent. Have a good night, Velvet.
Good night, Nellie.
And I make my way up to the skybox.
leaving Sanchez and Velvet Velour together.
Mm-hmm.
Time for a note.
Giant note.
We're all headed to the Skybox to meet with Mr. Temple. Want you to join us?
Yeah, this isn't the skybox, I'm guessing, then.
Apparently, it's just the VIP lounge. Silly me. I don't know this club yet.
Understandable.
All right. Let's head up.
Okay.
I'm gonna text Annabelle. It's like I thought you said they were bad news.
They are. I don't know what's going on, but I trust Victor and Nellie.
And I trust you. And I follow. Yeah. I'm stressed as all hell, but I'm going with them.
But you're going with her. Annabelle, Mark, Lavender, and the La Sombra go together. Nellie, you follow after your conversation with Velvet. And Victor, you are there waiting for them.
When they come in, so I've had all the rooms in the club are equipped with dimmer switches because there's times I want people to be able to hide and times I absolutely don't.
Of course.
So the lights are not blaring, but there's no deep shadows anywhere in this room. And I'm sort of facing out, looking out the two-way mirror.
So let's describe the skybox a little bit. This is at the corner of the balcony opposite most of the VIP area. So you have a great view out the window, which functions only one way because the opposite side is a mirrored surface. So you can see but not be seen from your private skybox above the club. It's the best vantage point in the house.
Thanks, Miranda. That's a good idea.
This is a very comfortable room, I believe.
It is. There's not a ton of furniture because it's designed mostly for people standing around with cocktails. But there's the odd love seat, a couple of chairs, to enjoy a little voyeurism. But it's fairly open.
And I believe that there is only one visible entrance and exit.
There is.
And those connects to the production offices.
Yes.
And to other more private areas.
It does.
Of the upstairs.
Yes.
Okay. So,
when they enter, the moment I hear the door open, I just say it's a motion towards the two-way, and I'm like, it's interesting to be able to see and not be seen, to be a predator overlooking people that have no idea how close danger's lurking.
That was a very, very evil villain monologue of you, Victor.
Oh, but he is right. She, that is to say, the La Sombra, Scourge, steps into the room. She winces in the bright light. It's not glaring, as you said, but it is quite bright.
I just say, I don't mean to interrupt whatever you're going to say, ma'am, but I just want you to know, I intend this to be a place of peace. So you are safe here as long as you carry yourself accordingly.
The door is still open. Is that right?
Yes, because I don't know if Jasper's coming or going. And quite frankly, I don't know if Golden's coming or going. So, yes.
Annabelle, Mark, Lavender, Nellie, do you all come in the skybox room? All enter?
Yeah.
I'd say it can probably comfortably fit about 15 people or so.
Yes, I think so.
I don't enter the room until Aurora does.
She was one of the first to step in.
And I step through after everybody else.
Is your associate going to be joining us?
Let me send him a quick text and tell him where we are.
Yes, please.
She sends A quick text.
Any member of the security can make sure that he finds his way up. It can be labyrinthian, I know.
I think you'll find that we're no strangers to mazes.
Again, I assume you know all of us, quite frankly, but I don't have the pleasure of your name. I know Rodrigo, but I don't know you.
Let's touch on a subject that you spoke about a few moments ago before I make any formal introductions. Do I understand that you, who have given yourself the title of Baron, claim domain over this place?
That is what a baron is, yes. This is my personal haven, and the valley is my domain, yes.
And to be fair, he didn't give himself the title, really. It was sort of the other barons that bestowed that title upon him. Isn't that right, Victor?
That is correct. That is
Kind of
correct.
adorable, really. But I just wanted to make the domain part clear.
That is correct. But as such, I extend hospitality to you, inasmuch as we conduct ourselves as gentle people.
Hospitality is a tradition, not a custom. But that's very nice of you. I appreciate it.
Honestly, I'm not clearing all of that old fluff stuff. I just want you to know we're not going to throw any punches at you if you don't throw any punches at us. That's basically all I'm trying to say right now.
Does he speak for the rest of you?
I certainly
Annabelle?
hope so.
He is our baron.
Yes, but he's not really in charge, is he?
Don't tell him that.
I am in the room.
Oh, excuse me, Victor. Baron Temple.
I'll make a deal with you. A simple one. I'll pretend that we care about Vanavar if you all pretend like you care about me.
Doesn't seem fair, really, but for the sake of hospitality, why not? Why not? Well, in that case, allow me to introduce myself. My full name is a little bit too long for modern knights, but you can call me Aurora.
Oh, I get it. It's an ironic name.
Yes, it is.
Very clever.
I thought so. Chose it myself.
Can I choose a cool name for myself? Is that something that we do?
Absolutely, yeah, of course. I mean, I brand hip-hop artists, of course. Like, I pick names all the time.
Didn't you already get branded?
Branding sort of happened to me less than I got to choose a name.
Sure, and it's very well-worn hip-hop tradition. She can have, like, 5 names. Like, she could be...
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
whatever.
let's
Yeah,
focus here.
of course.
You all have very interesting names. Nellie has an alias. And Lavender, if that is your real name, I will eat Nellie's crown. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet, though, young man.
I'm Mark.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
Okay.
Charming group. She comes to stand next to you,
I don't flinch.
puts a cold hand on your shoulder, and without another glance at you, turns to look out the mirror, the window side of the mirror, out over your club. It's a beautiful place.
It is.
Congratulations.
I'd like it to remain beautiful because as you may have heard, my previous establishment came under very aggressive renovations.
How distressing.
I would hate to have such a thing befall this beautiful establishment.
Well, I've been told it's good to want things.
Which that actually leads me to a very important question. I, myself, only have the most passing familiarity with you and your clan, but it doesn't seem like this would be the kind of thing that the Lazombra I'd been told about would do, so maybe there's something that you've been offered to enter into this agreement that perhaps we can offer you something better.
Well, there's a tantalizing thought.
Everything has its price, right?
Now you sound like golden. So, if I get to leave with who I came for, we might just have a bargain.
Well, I can't speak for who's going to go where, but if they agree to accompany you of their own free will and volition, sure. But trying to forcefully remove someone who doesn't want to go would kind of be contrary to that whole we're all going to be cool with each other.
That seems like an excellent place to pause our story for a short break, doesn't it?
No.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, LA by Night. This evening, we're bringing you Season 3, Episode 4, Swimming with the Sharks. Many of the sharks at Club Maharani are here in the private skybox, watching each other carefully and waiting expectantly for answers. Some of the sharks are in the club, in the VIP area, on the dance floor, with the prey. And some you can't see right now. Who am I here for? I could prolong the suspense by asking you to guess, but that might be rude.
There's like 5 of us in here. Okay, are you here for Victor?
I'm not here for any of you. I'm here for Mr. Sanchez.
Interesting.
Why?
Mr. Sanchez has been a very naughty kindred. He and his partner, Mr. Rychek, along with certain other members of Prince Vanavar's court, are tasked with... they're spin doctors. They're the cleanup crew. When things go bad, they take care of it. That little tete-a-tete that we all had at the Grove, that all went away, if you recall.
I do.
Miss Ash's indiscretion, all gone. Now that took some effort.
That was terrible work.
Yes, but Sanchez and Rychek and their associates are rather good at it. I believe that you all encountered them the first time during that Los Perdidos incident. But Mr. Sanchez has overstepped. Fraternizing with the enemy is not allowed.
Well, there's fraternization and there's diplomacy. I mean, we're having a delightful chat right now.
I don't make the rules. And right now, until the new sheriff gets on board, I answer to the prince. So does my brother.
But why?
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 Are you up on your Milton?
I actually am quite a fan. Paradise Lost is my favorite story.
Well, you recall what Lucifer said when he fell into the pit. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven.
But to continue that metaphor, knowing you all's backstory and knowing the Ivory Tower and knowing us, are we not the hell that you could help rule, and are they not the heaven?
I think Annabelle wouldn't agree.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of ruling to do on our end of things. Sorry.
It's a metaphor, I bet. Yeah, sure.
You mentioned earlier not knowing a great deal about our clan. But I'm sure you think you know something. Nellie certainly does. Milan hasn't forgotten you.
Oh, I haven't forgotten about Milan. Actually, no, I have, to be honest.
Okay, I'll ask what happened in Milan.
I was on assignment.
Assignment?
Yes.
Like a spy?
Yes, exactly like a spy. Your Miss Griffith is actually exceptional at espionage and other deadlier arts. She and Mr. Abrams undertook one of those missions in Milan some years ago, and some of my clans suffered for it, and we haven't forgotten you.
To be fair, you blew up a building with all of us in it in broad daylight, so I think we're even.
We haven't even begun to settle the scores.
Well, in the interest of fairness and the fact that, we're burning moonlight here, allow me to give you the exact same offer that we've extended to all kindred. You may or may not know about me, you may or may not know about the work Annabelle's doing, but we're trying to create a place of peace and freedom. And we can offer you and your brother and any of your disaffected clanmates that perhaps aren't quite ready to sign up with the Ivory Tower a safe place here where we can peacefully coexist.
You think there's going to be a barony of the valley when this is all done? You think there's going to be a safe place?
We will have what we can defend.
Do your little friends even know what they have signed up for or what you've signed them up for?
A chance to be their own people.
Really, Miss Lavender, are you your own person?
I'm enough of my own person as far as it concerns you.
But how do you know? How can you be sure? You've tasted her exquisite blood. And I don't know whose veins you've been drinking from. But you know you're not your own person. And you're trusting them to make these decisions for you?
What, are you trying to ask people on the side of the revolution if they might have it better, like paying a blood tax and, being told where they can and can't eat and what they can and can't do and who they can and can't talk with? What?
The difference, I think, Annabelle, is that you believe that those personal freedoms are more important than security and safety. And they simply aren't.
Oh, right. It's sort of like the Big Brother 1984 thing is you have to give up all your personal freedoms and convictions in order to be taken care of by the state.
But you don't. I know you're afraid. I know what's coming for us. I know about the hunters. I know about all of that. You don't have to give up what you were, what the La Sombra were.
What do you know about what we were?
You were once powerful. You were once influential. You were once feared.
Do you think we were intelligent?
Some more than others, as it is with all clans.
Do you think we would have done what we did if we didn't understand the consequences and if we didn't have a plan?
I mean, the young rising up to overthrow the old.
We invented it.
Well, I think Ventru invented it.
Oh, did your clan destroy its founder? I don't think so, Ventru.
I think that is a better reason why you should listen to our point of view. There's obviously a better retirement plan in it.
You Anarchs made your choice at Thorns, and you've made it again. We want none of it.
I'm trying to revisit that very thing. I'm trying to bring us all to the table, to maybe find a way that we can work this out to our mutual success.
You would have another convention of Thorns?
I would.
Jasper. Mr. Sanchez isn't going to want to leave with me.
No, he's not.
He might even ask for your help.
It's possible.
What do you plan to do if he does?
I have no attachment to Sanchez.
Excellent.
I'm sure we can find a way.
Annabelle?
He's one of yours anyway. And he didn't want to join us. He made his choice.
Have you asked him again lately?
Not my job.
I guess that's mine, though. Yeah, let's ask him.
I have him under a little bit of a certain surveillance and protection right now. If we're going to do that, I'd highly advise to bring that protection up as well.
Okay.
As of now, Sanchez has not requested my protection, and as Jasper said, when we made him the same offer that I just made you, he balked at it. So I would just ask one thing only. No violence in this establishment.
You've claimed domain here. You've
have.
offered hospitality.
I have.
But I have a job to do, and I am leaving with Sanchez, whether he wants to come or not.
Why did you have to do it here? Like, there were a million other ways that you could have done this.
Because he was gonna be here. And it's a
Precisely.
show of power. That's why.
Headache is what it is.
While they're talking, I just take out my phone and I text Campbell, get Sanchez out of here. They're on to him.
Right away, sir.
I mean, text them. I'm at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand why this is even a thing.
Campbell, text back is right away, sir.
So, are we inviting him up or not?
If he asks for my protection, I've got to give it. So, in a strange way, I actually don't want to talk to the guy. Because things are going to get very sticky. Right now, I can claim neutrality.
I'm with Victor on this.
But if you want to talk to him, Annabelle, I will not interfere.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to talk to him. We gave him that offer before, and he said no, but maybe in desperation he'll say yes?
You remember that Hobson's choice I told you about, where it's join us or get dragged away by the scourges? Speaking of the other one, we don't know where he is right now. Of course he's going to say he wants to join.
He should still get to choose.
If he's still there.
It's true. I mean, he's a slippery guy. Do you even know where he is? Does your brother have eyes on him?
You're not going to invite him in to ask him to make a choice?
Oh my god.
You all can talk to him. I won't interfere.
I'm gonna leave the room.
Are you leaving by the regular door?
We're leaving
It's
by the
closed.
regular
You would have
door.
to interact with it. You're
That's
already visible, so
Already visible, so I will interact with it, and then I will activate Unseen Passage again
once you're outside,
once I'm outside the door.
Yeah, I actually don't know he was with Velvet, so.
I will be right back.
don't keep a lady waiting. Browse check.
Browse check failure. I am at 3 hunger.
3 hunger. You and Annabelle are both at 3 hunger. Oh, at last. God, I am famished.
I know.
We gonna eat Sanchez?
See what happens.
Well, I know he looks a little old and tough and maybe a little leathery, but I'm up for it.
I mean, the older the better.
Do
Still
I?
think it should be the kid.
When Jasper opens the door, it appears. Do I see him?
Do you see Sanchez?
No, do I see Jasper? Because he appears to open
I
the
was
door.
visible in the room.
Okay.
When he came in.
When
I
he came
see-
in the room, he became visible so that he could speak to your guest.
Oh.
And
When Jasper opens the door, I just say, parking garage. Bring him to the parking garage. Whatever happens, do it there. You can go down this hallway. Nothing's going to happen to you as long
Well-
as you don't do anything.
Let me just be clear. As I whisper, because I'm already invisible. Or right before I do it. Am I bringing him up here, or am I just bringing him straight to the garage? Because
Garage.
I think someone wants to talk to him.
Talk in the garage.
Fine. I'll go talk in the garage.
I can't.
You know,
It's neutral.
Yeah, it's neutral, but if people think that they can come here and just pluck anybody out of your domain, and you'll just turn a blind eye to it.
Jasper's right. He's one of theirs. And until he says to me he wants to be one of ours...
Your Baron is politically savvy. If he doesn't hear Sanchez ask, then he's in the clear.
Guess I'm just young and stupid then. Let's go.
No, I don't think you're stupid. I think there is no day or night when anybody would think you are anything less than intelligent. Idealism and stupidity are not the same things. Idealism drives my clan as well in some ways.
Then why be with Prince Vanavar? Somebody who doesn't even follow his own rules.
Is that what you think?
That's what I know. Is Elysium actually a place of peace and neutrality, or is it just whatever you can get away with without being discovered?
You seem to be under the mistaken impression, Annabelle, that the Ivory Tower is some monolithic institution where the rules are uniform and governed by some vampire congress. It isn't. Each city, each domain is different. And the governing structures take on the characteristics of those who rule. In some domains, Elysium simply means don't use any of the gifts of the blood of any kind. In some domains, it means don't get caught. It's up to the guests to know which and when. The keeper of Elysium in Los Angeles, a Mr. Strauss, Tremere, I believe,
We've met him.
enforces the Elysium. Now, the question is, does the prince flout the rules, or is the prince the rules? Not my problem. I'm not the keeper. I'm the scourge.
It's a real mushy gray area there for an idealist.
Well, we can't have everything. Where would we put it?
All right.
Listen, I want to get this done. So,
How do you want to do it?
if you're willing to meet him in the garage, I'll take him to the garage. If you
Excellent.
want me to bring him up here, I'll bring him up here.
Ooh, wouldn't
I
that
just
be
need to be
interesting?
told what to do.
Garage, please. And feel free to text your brother if he wants to keep eyes on him. I don't even know where he is in the club. I've been here with you. But if he's here and willing to accompany Jasper, he will soon be delivered to you in the garage.
Why don't I wait here until you give me the all clear?
I will deliver him to, I assume, your brother. In the garage?
Well, Rodrigo's not back yet.
Okay.
Why don't you just text your Baron when you
Or
have
there.
it all taken care of?
That's all right. I'll do that.
Meanwhile, I'll wait.
No.
I would like to talk a little more then, if we can. And I just motion towards one of the seats.
She makes herself comfortable.
So, forgive me. Again, I'm a very basic student of the Camarilla. I spent very little time there before I realized what a terrible deal it was and went independent. My understanding of the Scourge is it's a single individual, but I've been told now it's two.
Remember what I told Annabelle about customs differing from domain to domain? It's the same with all the court stations. Primogen, Seneschal, Keeper,
So,
Sheriff.
if every city's different and it's somewhat at the whim of the person who's strong enough to hold the position and encourage enough loyalty, tell me again exactly how that's different than what we're doing, how that's different than the baronies.
I can see that from your very limited vantage point and your youth, it might look that way.
I am constrained by the ignorance of my age.
And I think that anything I could tell you would make no difference whatsoever. You're going to have to live it, Victor.
Again, I continue trying to find a way to solve this diplomatically, through understanding.
You were, I believe, offered that option.
No, I was offered a golden collar.
Those in power would say that's the same thing.
I am in power, and I'm telling you it's not.
Are you?
I am.
I see. Jasper and Annabelle, you exit the skybox and return to the VIP area. You are unaware, of course, that Victor has told Campbell to take Sanchez out of here. So, where do you go?
I'm looking for a shock of bright red hair.
Which you find. Velvet Velour. She is holding court with her entourage. Kyoko has joined her and seems to be enjoying herself, laughing at jokes, sizing up one of Velvet's friends, maybe contemplating the size of the jugular vein in his neck. And you see Sanchez talking to Campbell behind the sofa where Velvet is reclining.
I walk over to Campbell and Sanchez.
Okay, remember that you are unseen at this
I am.
time.
I take
Annabelle,
care
you're
of
going over there?
Through the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mark, you're not accompanying Annabelle. You're remaining in the skybox?
I'm just kind of in shock. I was so terrified during that whole initial engagement that I didn't even register Jasper's presence, really.
How do you feel now?
Still extremely upset. I'm wrestling with the idea of the phrase Victor used was delivery. We'll deliver him to you. And I'm just trying to parse the idea of remaining politically neutral, but also potentially sending this guy to his death through subterfuge, and Annabelle playing any part in that.
It's not an easy situation. Lavender, what's going through your mind right now? What are you thinking? And how do you feel?
I'm thinking that compared to the previous people who I've worked for and been bound to, this group spends a lot of time negotiating and discussing with people who do not seem worth their time.
You worked for Chaz. You've seen how the Camarilla behaves, what it does.
Yeah. And I think they're giving them a lot more time than they deserve. But I'm here to protect Nellie, so whatever they need.
Okay. When you reach the VIP area where Velvet is holding court, what do you do?
I walk up next to Campbell, still invisible, and I whisper next to him, "Campbell, it's Jasper.
Just keep
We-
staring straight ahead.
He taps his earpieces, though.
We'll take
Okay,
over.
I can hear you.
We'll take over from here. We've got him."
Copy that.
Thank you.
He steps backwards a pace, ending the conversation with Sanchez. Sanchez sees you. Hey, kid. Apparently your boss wants me to leave.
The Scourges are after you. They're here for you. They want us to hand you over. Now, we
Yeah.
offered you the protection of the valley before, and you turned that down.
Yeah.
How do you feel now?
I was afraid of this.
And you've had some time to think about it.
What would it mean?
What would we need?
What would it mean?
What would it mean? It would mean.
Can we talk about this shit out here?
No, we can't, but we can't.
Velvet has noticed you, and so has Kyoko. Hey! Hey, Annabelle, you gonna come party?
I am partying right now. It's getting pretty wild. But I'm
Okay.
gonna grab Mr. Sanchez here and just chat for a second.
Yeah, cool. We'll be here.
Okay.
Have you met Velvet? She is awesome.
Yes, she is. Hello, Miss Valora. Gonna move us over here to a
Step.
private booth. Look, if you ask for the protection of the valley, we have to. You're our guest here. But if you don't, then it's out of our hands.
Let me get this straight. If I ask you for, political asylum, you'll just give it to me?
I mean, you gotta kind of be part of the team.
You would have to defect and join.
The glorious revolution.
Wow. Well, I know what's going to happen with me if I go with them. But how do you know I just won't say it to save my own neck and then fuck off when it suits me?
I mean, as long as honestly,
You didn't
as
think
long
of that,
as
did you?
honestly, as long as the cover story still is that people are defecting from the ivory tower to join the Anarch movement, that's still a win for us.
Weird. You guys don't know what the La Sombra situation is. Can we say that around here? How safe is this corner of this booth? Maybe we should talk someplace else.
Well, we can always go to one of the garages.
Yeah, sure.
Quiet enough.
If you say so.
So, let's head over there.
You bet. You're going to take him through... I presume you're not taking him through the secret tunnels.
No.
You're going to take him
Even though
through
he knows
normal doorways, normal hallways, normal stairways, down to the underground parking garage. Okay. Meanwhile, in the skybox, Aurora has made herself comfortable. She has taken one of the love seats where she can see the dance floor and the VIP area, but her attention's on the room.
Can I get you anything? Are you hungry?
I was peckish, but I think I'll stay this way. I like it.
That edge, huh?
Yes, exactly so.
I don't like feeling out of control myself, but there's definitely times that you gotta loosen up the old tie, right?
I like to ride it.
So the stories are true.
Depends on what stories you think you've heard.
You keep saying that. We keep we're wrong about this, we're wrong about that. Explain it to me. Explain when we think Aurora, what do you want us to think about you? What is La Sombra? Who's Aurora?
Do you think I care what you think of me, Victor Temple?
No, but I'm asking out of respect.
It's a lovely game that you play. Well, out of respect, I'll tell you this much. Until you've run with the Sabbat, there's no way to explain it.
Well, but that's what I've heard, and that's why this whole Camarilla White Tower thing doesn't make sense. You guys are like the most us.
I'll tell you something that you do want to hear. You're right. The Inquisition is real. Very real. It is the greatest threat to our existence that we have ever known.
So I'm going to use a phrase that during my mortal time was probably one of the best ways to explain this. Duh!
So we have a common interest, survival.
Where we differ is on how that happens.
There's one thing I need to know, one question I need answering.
Just one?
I have 10, but just the one.
Just the one.
At the Grove, when you two met, why did you back off? I mean, my Nellie is fearsome, and you are. So maybe it was just fear. Maybe she's just afraid you were going to take her head like Marcos had just lost his, but I really would love to know.
You're making an assumption that it was her.
No, she said she saw you at the Grove.
I did see her at the Grove.
That's been eating me up since that day, I gotta tell you.
But it wasn't me in the garage. You'll have to ask Rodrigo why he let you go.
I see. Where is Rodrigo? I'd love to ask him.
That is a very good question. I didn't expect him to take this long.
I can have my people look for him if you'd like. I mean, assuming he's not trying to hide, of course.
If he's trying to hide, they won't find him, but it's your domain, I hear.
That is correct. I'm offering you assistance.
You should do as you please.
I'm gonna send a text to Lavender. Keep all eyes on Mark, whatever happens.
Lavender, do you have a text reply?
Yes, ma'am.
Bless you.
Shoot. Thank you. The dusty in this new box is sawdust.
You should clean better. So, parking garage. It's full of vehicles, of course, mostly Victor's SUVs and the VIPs who have paid for valet. It's dimly lit, dubious, dingy, but private. All right, so what's the deal? Look, the La Sombra. Okay. Some big thing went down with this clan. They're joining the tower. You know that already, or so you've heard it, right?
Yeah, why?
Because that's the better way to survive than what they had. And frankly, even though your particular barony may be okay, the vast majority of Anarch domains and Anarch baronies are utter shit. And the Inquisition's just going to roll them up like a carpet. So, even though, you know, we maybe have to follow a few more rules than you do, it's a good price to pay for safety. At least that's the theory. To get into the club, I hear the La Sombra had to do some really awful stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the Ivory Tower and the La Sombra, they don't exactly get along.
Give up what was most dear to them.
Is that what they said?
So one of them.
I don't know what that means, but I'm sure that they had to do some terrible thing to get in the door. They're kind of like on probation. They're not really...
Oh, so they need you. They really need you to prove to the prince that they're worth it, huh?
Could be.
So where do you think that you're going to be able to run off to without any of the protection of us? You know, under attack from the Ivory Tower in LA?
Well, I don't really like LA anyway. So, we're down in this parking garage, right? And if I say, I don't want to go with the Scourge, and I don't want to join you either, I see there's a door over there.
I mean, best of luck to you, buddy.
Listen. I don't really care what you do. Honestly, it's not really my concern.
Now that I believe.
But if you don't want to meet her, that's fine. You already know there are passages in this place.
Yeah, I found one of them.
Yeah.
There's more?
I can take you through some.
Cool.
Because her brother is still wandering around here and we don't know where he is.
Wait a minute. I saw Aurora go with you guys into the skybox. Are you telling me Rodrigo's not there too?
No.
Oh, come on!
We don't control him.
That is when the lights go out of the parking garage. And in the skybox.
What?
The skybox is plunged into utter darkness. You should be able to see the lights from the dance floor and the disco balls and the strobes and the emergency exits and all the other ambient illumination of the nightclub around you, but you can't because it is black. And it is cold and it is soundless. And it feels, for those of you who have been there, exactly like it felt when you went through the mirror, the labyrinth. It might as well be the same thing. Feels that way in the parking garage, and it feels that way in the skybox.
Interesting.
Now, Mark and Lavender, this presents a particular problem for you. Each of you immediately suffer a superficial health level of damage from piercing cold and the lack of air. Vampires don't breathe, so they don't have to worry about suffocation. But you do.
I would like to reach out and try and touch Sanchez.
You're just trying to
I
fling
just
your
reached
arms
to where
around.
I knew he was when I was standing in front of him.
Go ahead and make a wits and awareness roll to see if you can guess where he is standing. Annabelle,
I grab my phone.
you can't see it.
Damn it.
When you turn it on, there is no light.
Damn it.
3 successes.
It's as though the blackness around you simply consumes the illumination. Did you say 3 successes? Well, your hand touches somebody. It's not Annabelle, or she'd say so. It's somebody else.
Sanchez, is that you?
Your voice sounds strange, muted. You don't even understand the words coming out of your mouth. The sound isn't right at all. It's like you're whispering through a blanket.
I just continue to hold on to it.
Okay. You feel what you think is a hand grip your forearm. Annabelle, you did hear a sound.
I reach toward it.
Okay. Wits and awareness. In the skybox.
Entrancement does not require eye contact. It requires my concentration.
It's still technically a success.
It's my erratic looking up the power.
All presence powers generally require sight. So let's check that. As if the moment is intense enough already. What do you want to try?
I entrancement on Aurora, but the emotion I want her to feel is fear. I don't want her to love me. I want her to be afraid. Willpower.
Critical success. 6.
6 also.
Tie.
Can I... So I've already spent 1 willpower to re-roll 3 dice. Can I spend another one to roll at least 1 more? Because I only have 1 that is not a success. Oh, 6. Still a tie.
Still a tie. Okay, so you're not sure if it worked at all. You're not even sure if that can work at all. Nellie,
I'd like to activate Sense the Unseen.
sense the unseen. The darkness lessens for you, and you can see dimly, like through a piece of darkened gauze that has been passed before your eyes, but you do see. You can see Victor and Lavender, who is choking, gasping for air, and so is Mark. And you can see Aurora, who has moved, and she is standing behind Mark.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Aurora standing behind Mark? Mm-hmm. Cool. Great. Awesome. I would like to blink to Aurora. I have my sword or my knife
Your knife?
behind me.
Is this the knife that Abrams gave you?
Yes.
Rouse check.
Solid. A messy critical, right?
Yeah, but you passed.
Yeah, solid. Fine.
Just a pass or
good.
fail.
Yep.
So the hunger does not increase.
Celerity.
So you've blinked over to Aurora.
Yep.
What do you want to do when you get there?
I'm holding the knife to her neck and I'm saying, don't even touch him.
In the parking garage, you're flailing around. You've caught somebody's arm. Annabelle, what are you doing?
1 success and 1 bestial failure.
Okay, that's enough to touch somebody. Jasper, you feel a hand from another direction touch your shoulder. You're not sure whose it is.
Well, if it doesn't seem like it's trying to hurt me, I don't do anything.
What's happening? What is this?
I walk towards the hand that I have on somebody to see if I can get right up close and see.
You can hear something. Whoever it is you're standing next to is trying to talk to you. It just can't be understood.
Right.
And that's when the attack comes. From behind. There is a pain in your lower back. You know when you've been stuck by a blade. You felt it enough times in your unlife. It is unmistakable. And someone has just plunged a knife or some other bladed object deep into the area of where your kidneys would be. The damage is halved, so you will take 2 superficial wounds. Fighting in the dark is the worst kind of combat. Back in the skybox, Aurora freezes. What do you care what I do with him, Nellie?
My Baron says no violence.
I'm not the one with the knife.
Yeah, but you fight in the dark. Last chance. Bring everything back up.
Lavender and Mark take another superficial point of damage from the unnatural, suffocating darkness. Mark, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
I stiffen and I do my best to move away.
Trying to get away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I see anything at all?
It's completely black, unfortunately for you.
If I try to activate heightened senses, will that make the cold and suffocating worse for me?
You don't know. You want to try?
Yeah.
You reach out with your senses, trying to pierce the unnatural Stygian gloom that surrounds you. You can't see any better, but you do hear. You can hear Nellie saying, "Last chance." You can get a pretty good sense of the direction. She's not far. She's close. In response to your threat, Aurora has placed her hand on Mark's shoulder.
Fuck.
Last chance for you, Nellie. What's it going to be? Mark, roll physical and add another die to it. Oh, excuse me. So build the pool of physical and 1 die, and then take 3 dice away for the suffocating effect of the darkness. And that's your pool with what you're left with.
2 successes.
Not nearly enough, unfortunately. You try to wrench away, hurl yourself away, but she's got you by the shoulder. It's a strong grip, supernaturally strong. Back in the parking garage,
What do I hear and what do I feel?
you can feel motion. Whoever you're touching has been struck or maybe pushed or shoved.
From behind?
You think so?
Is the knife still in me?
No.
I wait to be stabbed again.
I lash out and I punch to roughly where somebody would have shoved the person that I'm holding.
Annabelle. Strength and brawl. Make sure your hunger is in it. But take
I activate potence.
3 regular dice away because of the darkness. Because you are waiting to be stabbed, there's no roll.
I'm just waiting and listening. And
Minus
waiting.
3.
Minus 3.
Willpower. 5.
5.
Yes.
5 successes. Multiple things happen at once. Jasper, the attack comes again. Searing pain in your lower back.
Great.
You've been stabbed.
Rapid reflexes, catch whatever it is.
You want to catch the wrist or the
Yeah.
knife or the blade. That happens at the same time that Annabelle's punch connects. Your fists slam into something solid. You know it's a body. You've punched enough people to know what it feels like. It feels good to lash out.
Does what I catch feel like a wrist?
What you catch feels like a blade.
Great.
Take another point of superficial damage as your hand cuts. Whoever was holding you, let's go.
I take the blade around. Okay. And I wait.
I also wait.
While you're waiting,
I try and transmit again. She's in here somewhere. I burn what is surely the last willpower I can afford to burn.
5 successes.
Tied again. 5. Yeah, you know what? I'm going all in. I need this to work.
That's the last of your willpower.
Another tie.
Very well, Nellie.
How close is Mark to me?
Few steps.
Can I move towards that voice?
Yes.
Her voice.
You absolutely can.
I will.
Getting close.
Cautiously, but definitely going towards her voice.
Mark and Lavender take another superficial point of damage as your lungs continue to fill with the blackness. Mark, the grip on your shoulder tightens, and something happens. You can't feel the floor anymore. It feels like you're floating, weightless, in space. This must be what it feels like to spacewalk, to be free of gravity, to fly. It's frightening and yet strangely exhilarating at the same time. In the skybox, the lights return. But Aurora and Mark are not there. And Nellie, you know what she's done.
Shit!
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
so sorry. You told me to keep an eye on him and he's gone. I'm
it's
so
fine.
sorry, Nellie.
It was all dark. Don't worry about it. You okay?
In the
Okay.
parking garage,
Take a couple of deep breaths.
the lights return. And Sanchez is not there.
Fuck!
What was that?
That was a La Sombra.
God damn it!
Are both of them gone as well?
Both of whom?
I assume Sanchez is gone.
Sanchez.
No one else is in the room.
And you see no one else in the parking garage. The knife is very ordinary. It's quite a modern construction. It's merely a combat knife, available at any surplus store.
You okay?
Yeah.
God damn it. Calling Victor.
Okay.
Victor, your phone rings. It is Annabelle's ringtone, whatever that is this week.
I turn on, like, she's gone. Are you guys all right?
Yeah, we got attacked in the garage. What happened?
She's got Mark.
What?
The moment I say that, I hang up and I text Campbell, lock this place down.
People in or out, sir?
People out.
She took Mark.
Party's over, sir?
And I'm like, look for Mark.
Party's over. Everybody out. Mark. Copy that, sir.
This is all my fault.
Yeah.
In the club, the music stops. The lights come up. Fortunately, it's very near 2 a.m. So while there is a general susurration throughout the crowd of disappointment that an awesome night is over, it's close enough to the proper closing time that no one's upset about it. The security team begins to usher people out. From your vantage point in the skybox, you can see that Campbell, Casey are all scanning the dance floor. There's security at every door that people are using. And they're looking. They're watching.
I look at you, and I look at both of you. I'm like, can you smell her? Can you track by scent?
It's not what I'm tracking.
Something. Anything.
Nellie, earlier this evening, you gave Aurora a gift.
I sure did.
You gave her a pair of earrings.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'd like to hone in on the bloodstones that I put into those earrings so I can track her move.
The magic, the blood sorcery in those items allow you to sense the direction and the distance. It's not quite like having Google Maps in your head or a GPS tracker, but you know she's close. You think she's still in the building, but she's up. The direction is up. Maybe the roof?
Got your running shoes on?
Yeah.
Meet me at the top of the roof.
Yeah. Leave. I leave.
So I'm going to follow her out because I understand that there's no other way out of this box, correct?
Yeah. When I hear roof, I'm actually using my soaring leap to move as fast as I can through the hall. So I'm like,
Now, here on the second floor, of course, these are your private offices that aren't visible from the VIP area. So as long as you don't encounter any mortals who aren't supposed to be where they're not supposed to be,
exactly.
you won't break the masquerade. If you do encounter a mortal, of course, they
Stop.
will instantly understand that something weird is happening.
We're doing stunts. It's weird. It's
I
fine.
hear there's a music video.
It's wire work. Yeah. But I'm moving as fast as I can towards the roof.
Nellie, you also? And Lavender, too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
I do text them roof.
roof.
They're on the roof. They're on the roof.
Let's go to the roof then.
I take the quickest way that I can through the
Quickest way
passages.
from the parking garage is probably the elevator.
How tall is this club?
3 stories.
Stories.
Nothing in Los Angeles is very tall except for the skyscrapers downtown that have been allegedly earthquake prepared. Building
Okay.
codes don't allow for high buildings in a place that's going to fall into the ocean.
Yeah. There's an exit to outside relatively close, right?
There is.
Okay. And as far as I know, is there a back alley around this club, or is there just street access and it's butting up walls with other buildings?
So from the parking garage is an alley, well, that goes out into a parking lot into the street. The rest of the club abuts other structures.
Okay. Get up there as fast as you can. I'll get up there as fast as I can.
Okay, I'll see you up there.
Mark.
I take the elevator.
One moment, you were choking on suffocating blackness, and then you were free-falling through black nothing. Finally, your lungs fill with air, and you can breathe, and it's not black anymore. But it is night. You are not at all where you were. You are on the roof of you assume it's the club, looking out over the North Hollywood Arts District skyline. And
Do I have company? How did I land?
to your right is that dark-haired woman who called herself Aurora. Sorry about that. Actually, who I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
Where are we?
Don't worry about it. My brother will be here in a few moments, and then we'll leave.
Where are we going? Why did you take me?
Maybe the next time you are in mixed company, you shouldn't tell people who your father is. Not a good idea. She smiles and shows you her fangs.
You're doing this because of my father? We barely have a relation. What do you... What? Who are you? I don't understand anything that's happening to me right now, and
I know. And I don't feel the least little bit bad for you. You have me confused with some other vampires. So, when you're outside,
Yeah.
what happens then?
Is there, before I step out into the parking lot area, I act once again.
Unseen passage?
Is this parking area open to the street?
Yeah.
Okay, unseen passage.
Rouse check.
And I'm fine. I don't get hungrier.
Your beast is very disappointed.
And then I would like to soaring leap between the buildings, if possible.
Do you make a check around to see?
If I activate, will it break unseen passage?
So, that's an interesting question. Unseen passage allows you to remain unseen, provided that you don't do anything to break it. Obviously, attacks,
Right.
speaking out loud,
Yeah.
bad smells, that sort of thing would break it. The question is, would the impact of you bouncing off buildings, trying to parkour your way to the roof, break it?
Well, then the question is, can I make the roof in one jump?
What's your distance on
That
soaring leap?
would be, I believe.
Retime your rating.
Yes, it is 5 meters times my potence rating, which is 2, so 10 meters.
So, almost 40 feet.
Yeah.
The average story is, so you can make it in 2.
In 2.
Maybe you aim for one of the fire escapes, presuming you make it up there intact without any mishaps.
Yeah.
Another leap would send you to the roof.
Great, I'm going to do that.
That's what you want to do.
If I become visible upon the landing on the fire escape, I feel there's a good enough chance I won't be noticed continuing the rest of the way.
All right. On your way up, please make 2 rolls. Both of them are strength and athletics. Annabelle, this is the slowest elevator ride of your life, or your unlife. Even though there are no stops on the way to the roof, it seems to take forever. Five. Hit the fire escape dead on. You do make noise, of course, because you've impacted with the iron work, the railways, and the stairs, and that does break your unseen passage.
I'm going to make the second jump. Seven with a messy critical.
7 and a messy critical. So you fling yourself up into space, up and over in one smooth motion, landing where you make a hunger check as you hit the roof.
I fail. I'm at 4.
You are now at 4 hunger. Yeah, this is more like it. Let's get her now. Come on, playtime.
I don't think that's the plan right now.
I think it's the plan.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go.
As I land, I hit and I say, hello.
Jasper.
You took Mark.
Mark is standing right next to him, next to her.
Hi, Mark.
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
Nellie,
you.
Victor, Lavender. You make your way through the complex. Victor gets there first because of the use of soaring leap. So you head up onto the roof. And there, of course, is crouched Jasper, facing Aurora.
Does she look at me?
Aurora? Mm-hmm. No. She's got her eyes squarely on Jasper. You're not sure she knows you're there yet.
Shoot her.
You're gonna pull out the Ralphus pistol. Mm-hmm. I need to warn you that she is standing right next to Mark.
Oh, and I'm not the worst shot. I mean, I'm not the best shot. Okay.
Do I see...
You see Victor emerge from the doorway onto the roof,
I'm definitely pulling out my 9mm at this point.
pulling out your pistol.
Yeah.
So,
As
just
soon as we get to the roof.
to be clear, so where is she? So I know where Jasper is. Where is she relative to Mark? How much space is between her and Mark?
They're standing almost shoulder to shoulder together. And Jasper is perhaps, a soaring leap away from her.
Are they a soaring leap away from me?
You could get there.
How close are they to the edge of the building?
Another soaring leap.
Calculated risk. I'm pretty sure he'd survive the fall, and so would I. So I'm actually going to try and soaring leap to tackle Mark. Just and
What's the end goal?
to have me be between him and Aurora.
And if you go over the roof,
Pretty sure I can survive the fall.
do you think Mark can?
He's a ghoul. I think he can. My boy's strong. A human can survive 30 feet. He'll just be beat up. So, yes.
You see Victor gather for his leap. Tensing up, and he flings himself across the roof.
I don't do anything.
You do nothing.
I would like to increase my... Is this strength or dexterity?
This will be strength-based.
I would like to increase my strength, but I passed the rouse check.
Pass the rouse check, so you bump it up. More dice.
4 successes.
4
This
successes.
is the most I could get, not counting crits.
So, here's the good news. The good news is that because Mark wasn't facing you, this counts as the equivalent of a surprise attack. He's not trying to dodge or get out of the way. So, there's no opposing roll, and 4 successes is easily enough to do what you intend. Right? So, tackle your son. You feel his warm, living body in your arms for the first time in so long. You hit the roof, skid across the asphalt. You feel some abrasions on your skin. Mark, you're going to take a point of superficial damage from the impact of being slammed into by the supernatural force of your father. And you find yourself pretty much pinned to the roof under him. It is at this point when Nellie and Lavender emerge onto the roof. And that is the scene that you see when you get there.
Ooh. So, I see a clear shot to Aurora. Is that right?
You definitely have a clear shot.
How far away are we? It doesn't matter. I'll probably.
I said it was about
It's
a
like,
soaring
hold that
leap
shot,
for
'cause she
Victor.
could-
So,
if you miss, she's gonna get you.
Do I see her raise her gun?
yes,
9mm is pointed straight at Lavender.
you pull out your pistol and aim it at Lavender.
Do not shoot her, please.
Aurora's head snaps around. Oh, of course. She looks annoyed.
Please.
She decides not to move. Are you lowering your gun?
Yes, I am. Oh, was that Aurora or?
No, that was me.
Yes,
I understand we look remarkably similar.
It's the hair.
Where's your brother?
Jasper. What a stupid question. You're not fit to be sheriff. So I suppose that now is a good time to tell you that your services aren't needed anyway. The position has actually been filled.
You know, that's fine. Wasn't really my first choice. But sheriffs can be removed. I've done it before. I could always take up the position later if I really reconsider and felt like it. But now that you've told me that, you've changed my plans.
You're free to do what you like, of course.
Yeah.
You people are really irritating. Did you know that? Has anyone ever told you how irritating you all are?
All of us? Yeah, we're all irritating in different ways. Victor is an absolutely irritable person, but the thing is that as much as he does things for his own reasons, he still on occasion tries to protect these people. And me, however much I don't necessarily want it. Now, the thing is here is I was ready to go with you guys tonight. Both of you. I would have absolutely gone away with you and taken Sanchez along with us. But now that you've stated that I'm no longer required, I have no reason to offer that deal anymore.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. I do respect you, though. You are very good at what you do. But I'm also very good at what I do.
Toro. That seems to be a signal of some sort, because things begin to happen again. Annabelle?
Am I in the elevator still?
The elevator door opens, and the scene I have just described is visible to you. You do see Mark is being held down by Victor. Victor using his own body as a shield to protect his son. Aurora standing in the center of this confrontation. Jasper has a gun. Are you still pointing it
I'm not
at
pointing it
Lavender?
at her anymore. I've dropped it to my side.
Lavender and Nellie, what do you do?
Well, that was quite a shock to hear what Jasper was up to. You're coming out of the elevator?
You can all see her.
And Aurora sees me?
She glances. She doesn't seem terribly concerned that you're there.
You've got very slim options here, Aurora. You haven't left with Sanchez yet. Clearly now you haven't gotten Jasper.
She's already left with Sanchez. Oh. You remember there's two of them.
Well, not me.
Well, not
personally.
her specifically. Sanchez is gone, so that's a non-issue anymore.
What the hell are you still doing here?
That's a good question. And she begins to walk.
I am going to, within soaring leap distance, I'm going to slam into her and grab on and grapple her.
Make the roll.
While I jump, I cut my tongue on my fangs.
I start full tilt sprinting towards them.
You can get there. You are fast.
What is with me tonight?
Lord Ice don't exist.
She will attempt to dodge.
Four successes on the jump.
Easily made.
And what do I need to roll to grapple her?
It's
Strength and brawl?
She's not going to resist. No roll is required. You can get her into a grip.
5 successes.
So, the damage.
So I'm going to, when I get to her, and I grab onto her, am I facing her or am I behind her?
Which would you prefer?
Facing her.
She doesn't resist.
I grab on, and I spit right into her face.
Right into her face.
Yeah.
Annabelle, as this is happening, by the time Jasper grapples her and vomits up the poison into her face, you are there. What do you want to do?
What's happening?
They're fighting. They're in a clinch, and Jasper seems to be spitting at her.
5 on my aim for the spitting.
Okay.
I am very close to her.
Very close indeed. So, the disgusting substance that is your blood
I'm looking for eyes.
spews out of his fanged mouth and into Aurora's face. You smell the sizzle of burning undead flesh. You hear the crackle of skin eaten away by acid. You hear her scream.
I have one more plan.
Go for it.
I bite into her neck, and I start drinking.
She doesn't resist.
And
But the blackness, the Stygian cloud, the terrible, empty, vacant pit opens up. All of you who are watching see the most disturbing thing. It is though a black hole opens up inside Aurora and engulfs her and Jasper. It's just a ball of absolutely impenetrable blackness. Nellie?
I was hoping to whip out my cell phone and turn on the light on it.
You can do that.
I was going to try to get as close to them as possible while
You can
yelling.
shine the light on the ball of blackness. Jasper, it feels like you're in the mirror again, in free fall, floating. There's nothing beneath your fangs. There's nothing to bite into.
Jasper, get away from her.
You don't hear Annabelle. You don't hear anything. And the blackness begins to recede. And when the blackness is gone, so is Jasper. And so is Aurora.
Fuck!
I pick Mark up
Freaking Sombra.
and I'm like, get to the panic room right now. And I just pull him along. I just say that to all of you. I don't let him out of Mark because I don't know where Rodrigo is. So I don't let go of him.
Yeah, he could still be here.
Yeah. Yeah. I head to the panic room.
Is anyone following him?
What are you doing?
Yeah, we're going to...
No. Where are they? Where are they? Nellie, where are they?
You can feel her, but she's
Find
moving away.
them!
I can't concentrate if you're yelling at me.
Find them, Nellie.
You can feel her, but she's moving away rapidly. She's in a vehicle of some kind, maybe a car.
She's
maybe
moving
a
too
cycle.
fast.
No. Find them. Where are they? You can feel them.
She's driving away.
We will find them.
Here on the roof, under the sky, dawn is only a few hours away. You're going to have to sleep soon.
Need to go to the panic room.
Nellie, no, we have to go after them. He would do the same thing for us.
Annabelle, cooler heads prevail, so I highly suggest that we go to the panic room. Do I make myself clear?
Annie, just... You...
Mark, you going with your father?
Of course.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I did this to you. I can't.
It's okay.
We can't.
No, I'm sorry. I tried to stay safe. You told me to stay safe, and I tried to stay safe. But
Here, you have plans to make. You have a friend to rescue. Elsewhere, in Los Angeles, the hunt is on.
It's over, Fiona. You gave us a great chase, but in the end, it's only a matter of time.
You seem to have the upper hand.
Damn straight. So let's cut right to the chase. And stop pretending that you leave this room alive unless you start cooperating. Okay? Now, this office is prepared to come to terms with several members of the local blank body government. We know about the four families. We know about the Black Tower. We know about the anarchy. And we know you all are at war.
You certainly know a lot.
So let's make a deal. You give us what we want, and in exchange, you can be in charge. We'll make you the Night Queen, or whatever you blanks call it.
You're serious.
Completely.
Okay. And if I agree, if I rat everyone out and give you what you want, I get what exactly?
Your freedom. And funding to conduct your operations however you see fit. With our supervision, of course.
And if I decline your generous offer?
Then we'll throw you in the basement. No more of these pleasant meetings. Just pain. Pain until you beg to tell us what we want to know.
Well, those aren't very pleasant choices. What is it that you want to know?
Let's start with Chloe Hudson. Where is she, Fiona? Where is she?